that, but
I don't know. It's very messy to deal with right now.
So let's ignore it and just just look into the Steve Wolf matchup, right? Like it's one of those like classic like Steve against fast followers where you have to play super careful right at the jump and see how things go.
Oh, he missed I think he missed the nil too there, so he wasn't able to get an extension off of the up tilt. This is a matchup that you're going to see very often, you know, like you mentioned, fast fallers. So Steve unlocks this kind of access to jab trains across the stage. It usually can carry Wolf, can carry a lot of characters like that across the stage, and even spike them out of their recoveries if they're not careful enough. The down tilt trying to catch the side beam, but not going to come up with any sort of results just yet. And now you just kind of got to lay back. You got to mine or scrap. Steve can do those things very well.
Yeah, choosing to bake out with the craft there, thanks to it not being diamond, craft taking a little bit less time, allowing for those little baits and just these up tilts out of shield, doing everything in their power to anti-air Jakal and not let exactly these nairs come in on him. I'm not going to intercept the anvil in time, but we're just seeing Syrup play just a super hyper defensive neutral, focusing on a lot of reaction punishes like that attempt at a footstool anvil.
Yeah, I'm interested to see why we're on small battlefield here, because normally it's a very well-liked stage, but I don't see it started all too often, especially with Steve players. You normally see like an FD start if you're feeling super spicy or something like that, or even just the main PS2 start, because this character loves that stage. But it looks like Syrup's not really pressed to make a play right now. He knows Jakal doesn't have the range on him, unless a burst option like that were to catch your roll away. Unfortunate for Syrup, and Jakal's going to take the one-stock lead. But until that point, Syrup was playing pretty laid back. He's like, all right, you're going to come to me, and you're eventually going to make a mistake. But Jakal said, nah, I'm not going to make the mistake in the first place.
Yeah, I'm almost curious with the amount of times that Syrup has been almost pushing the envelope, willing to take a lot of these initiatives. Jakal has been so good at letting Syrup make those mistakes, right? Just, hey, I'm going to use Wolf's really good burst range and his really good movement properties to get all the way around. Overcommitting there a little bit, got absolutely
just a smidge,
just duffed for it. But you know, sometimes that happens, and sometimes this happens too.
Oh, does he build a ceiling? He does, and the collision box for Wolf looked really janky there, but the wall got the job done. It stuffed out Jakal's recovery, and now a stock at 0 was lost. So
that was cheeky. I like that a lot.
I love just seeing them. I know they want to tech here so badly, but oh no, can he make it back? He does know the tech. Of course, Syrup knows the tech. Yeah. He would know the tech.
Syrup is one of the, if not one of the more technical players in.
GG's happened again. Yeah. You remember what I said at the beginning of the set?
Yeah, just walk him along.
Yeah, he's walking the dog.
Oh yeah. Come on,
down boy.
That's it. That's the set. That's the game rather.
Play dead.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, playing possum, putting a new word for it, but I mean, this is just sometimes how the matchup be, right? Steve is a character. This is outside of anything of what has happened recently. This has just been day one Steve.
Oh yeah, this has been around. This is why he has been top 1. Yeah. I think coming from a Fox main, I think the only counterplay to that for maybe steal and gold is to SDI in. Well, this is specifically for wood, but to SDI in, you won't get hit by the fair spike specifically. Right, you get knocked outward, which is a very much more favorable recovery angle for Wolf. But already putting on the pressure is Jakal, 68%, and not many resources left at his disposal. Never mind, he refreshed them all. One block.
Yep, there it is. It's just the one block, but kudos to Syrup for being able to not only get in range, not knowing the block range, but also being able to place it to avoid the laser to reset that same sort of situation. Steve is at his most susceptible when he has to Tyra from far.
Oh, what a tick! I've never seen a player like that just call Jakal out for that diagonal down recovery, because you've been seeing him doing it a lot recently, because it's very hard to challenge, because Wolf could just pick you out of that. But Steve said, I got a tool for this. I got just a mouse tool for the job.
You know, sometimes when you have those dish joints, you got the dish joints, you may not have the B reverses on lock, because that is...
He knows the tech, but it's still, the execution's still in the works.
It's a little different, right? Steve's not as floaty, and
Yeah, he's just going for the full. He actually recognized the SDI in there. He's like, nope.
More damage. You got to get more damage, but oh my god, we're seeing just so much of individual starters from Syrup be so dangerous, and it almost is leaving this imprint in Jakal's head. It's oh, I've got to look out for that. That's a tool that may surprise me a little bit later.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the way that Syrup's playing? He's not playing super movement-based. He's not playing super finicky. He's just kind of collecting himself into a specific area, and he's like, all right, I'm going to use my tilts and my super fast buttons to make sure you don't get anywhere near this area. And just to make sure, I'm just going to throw out some jabs or something, and then I get so much off of it. that there's really the risk to reward is super skewed in Syrup's favor.
Yeah, super set play, Steve, and which is especially as dangerous when you have.
Nah, wait a minute.
I was gonna say like a set play based Steve with like different setups and creative tools is really good when you have a lead.
Yeah.
But, Fair Bear does not care about your life.
The set play there is I got a fair at the ledge.
Oh, baby. Like, we're feeling good now.
There's so much serotonin that runs through your brain as
God,
soon as that back air hits. Oh,
the
it's so good.
crunch of it.
Oh, it's so good.
One of the biggest things that I enjoy about both of these characters even is like when Steve hits you or when Wolf hits you,
you feel it. Especially with like a diamond back air.
Yeah. We're not seeing a ton of mining, though, thinking of Diamond coming out from Syrup. It's been a lot more focus on the raw materials rather than upgrading his resources. That could be a means of trying to keep the SDI multiplier as low as possible and still
Oh, no bear.
value.
He didn't believe.
Plenty of value here going on, though. Jakal trying to pressure in the corner, and now Syrup gets a turn with another one of those.
He's just pressing buttons. He's going in. Oh, the jab. He's going to be able to survive this, though.
I thought he had the flash, but good recognition from Jakal not doing so. But Syrup does have gold online. Plenty strong, but no iron to C4.
Oh, he calls out the neutral get-up. Absolutely. Good stuff on Jakal, actually making that comeback. It was looking pretty dire, especially when your resources were completely expended off stage as when you're Wolf. But keeping calm, keeping collected, that's Jude Jakal Harris there.
Yeah, it's the classic, right? Like, it's a classic almost throughout time, right? As long as there has been characters with good punish game, Spaceys have had to play this super glass cannon.
Oh, yeah.
I can be better than you. I just have to play better than you.
You just have to stuff out all thoughts of, like, maybe this guy can cheese me, but the solution to that is simply, I think I'm better than the opponent, so they can't hit that on me. That's the simple solution.
Just do not get hit, forehead.
Yeah. I'm at 130 against Steve. Who cares? I'm just going to beat him. I'm going to win.
Take the dubs when you can and fight for every single inch. That's what a lot of fighting games can sometimes come down for. Little optimizations, and this Wolf
the
is
double up tilt.
This Wolf is a little bit optimized, to say the least. Getting the up throw up air as well, chasing off these platforms. Small battlefield once again. And we're seeing just the trading game really back and forth hits that really is right now favoring the strong individual hits of Wolf. But you know Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing with Wolf is that Jude has been doing a really good job of killing Syrup, like sub 80%, sub 70% even. But when it comes to this percent, at around 99, if you're not getting those raw hits, it becomes infinitely harder for Wolf to really get things going. But calling out that jump with a backer is Jude, and he is able to find that raw hit that I was just saying was so elusive.
Yeah, it is a prominent, but once you start being able to throw out those back airs really reliably, that's the correct recovery route.
I think he had to delay the up B just a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but
just a little bit too steep on the angle there. Unfortunate, but I mean, Syrup has been playing around with these blocks off stage and even on stage extremely well. This is going to be a ton of damage. Double dash attack even, reading the neutral tech is Jakal. Yet these lack of materials are really starting to bite Syrup in the butt right now. No gold in order to make sure these minecarts are uber threatening.
That air dodge was a little bit preemptive, and now...
You tried for it.
Yeah. Oh no, that caught a jump.
Yep.
The end-all be-all, like you said, glass cannon, Spaceys go hand in hand. Now, that being said, Syrup was at a major disadvantage before that happened, so Jakal is not leaving off like too heavily, but he still has to find the stock before damage starts to mount, because if anything, Syrup has been putting damage on very consistently in this set.
Yeah, if there's, like, as you were mentioning, like, just we've been seeing the up tilt ladders, we've been seeing, like, of course, the jab across stage, like, really distilling the win condition when it comes to Wolf here in this particular matchup. First diamond of the day.
That is the first diamond of today. That's interesting.
Or at least of this set, but we may get a chance to use it right now, head over to it, or fake it out. He does fake it out with the wood, getting a bunch of wood nairs and choosing to, instead to craft the diamond instead of pressuring on the platform. I'm really enjoying Syrup's play around crafting table in order to keep Jakal off balance. And yeah.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Like, I never really... Oh, the block, the tech? Oh, no tech. I don't think it was techable because the diamond back air like 80 at that point.
It looks techable, but...
Maybe. It's super tough because it feels like block has like such a smaller window to actually hit that tech. I don't know. That's just speculation.
You are sent very, very fast.
Yeah. I don't know.
In the same way that you can sometimes see like unteckables that are techable, sometimes there's techable or techables that are actually untechable. Like that was
pretty good. That was pretty alright. I'll give a little bit of a golf clap. That was pretty good.
No, yeah, this Steve like is practice.
It's real. It's real.
It's totally legit Steve. It's just a matter of like keeping like, is it as good as the Ness? And in some cases, yes. I mean, that punt.
That punt, yeah.
The jab walks aren't especially like crazy, but we saw certain things like the up tilt ladders, like a couple of different nils, like going for the tech and going for these, like I saw shield break setups as well with anvil forward smash at ledge. Like all the stuff is there. It's just a matter of refinement. And over these past couple weeks, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that when you're throwing out not even just throwing out the tech, it's just finding when. Because clearly Syrup has the execution on deck. It's that where you place that execution, when you use it. Because it looked like Syrup was a little bit like off balance when it came to when he was throwing out his moves. Because that's a really good pressure right there. But against Jakal, I mean, he's the microspacing king. He's going to make sure that it's going to be very hard to hit him. So I guess Syrup in this sense, like adapted in the end. It was like able to be like, hey, I think I can hit you now. And then he eventually got it. And he got jab trains, he got fair spikes, he stuffed so many recoveries, and he just played the matchup immaculately.
Yeah, you get your one hit and you can take him for a ride. Like sometimes,
show him why he's broken. Yeah.